Hey everyone, hey and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. We're going through the top 5 rounds of yet another battler, a huge battler for me personally that I've been a fan of forever. That as we get into our stories with the guest of like our early experiences with these people, like, you know, Harry Baker was a huge influence on me in a spoken word scene, you know, in the battle rap mode as well. And as it went on, you know, I was searching for these guys' battles, and he does have an incredible verse tracker page to peruse, and like all the other episodes, all the other top 5 episodes that we've done on Tony D and Shuffle T and Marlowe and Shocks and, you know, all these people that we've gone back and looked at, like, it's always a difficult decision to go through, and today in particular has been pretty treacherous to decide. There's so much quality for Harry Baker. So yeah, as I say, this is Battle Rap Resume. Get in touch with me at Battle Rap Resume if you enjoy the show. You want to give back to the show. Episodes like this and all the other content goes into the Patreon first. You can support us on iTunes as well. Please leave a review, please subscribe, go back and check out all the episodes we've done. Been doing this show for far too fucking long now. I think there's like 400 hours of content or something ridiculous like that. So yeah, check us out on Spotify and all the other channels. And today is you know, for me personally, a bit of a mythic meeting. I've been speaking to this guy for years. I know he's a huge fan. He's designed for Don't Flop and other leagues. You know, there's so many of these people in battle rap in general. These guys that, you know, whatever, they're just giant fans of this thing, as we all are. We're all fanatics on this series of events. George, how's it going, man?
Yeah, it's good, man. Thanks for the introduction. Yeah. This is a bit surreal being in here because, like you said, it's just such a big fan for so long. Kind of hearing you talk to me, it's all a bit strange. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
No, thank you, man. And I mean, we've collabed a little bit as well. You helped on something that annoyingly couldn't go online, and it really pissed me off. Yeah. So we were the Battle Rap Resume in the Park promos that people recognise. We had some graphics as well from Nathan Jones's designs, which were very cool, very bucolic, the great outdoors, heavy greens and sunny skies and something like that. And I just wanted to do a sort of video fly like, you know, leagues always do, kind of like our very own fucking, you know, Ground Zero or something like that, just to get the word out there. And the song I wanted was a song from Prince's second album. I was never really into Prince until about 18 months ago or so, and now I'm devouring this guy's back catalogue. And the second album, the self-titled album, which has like I Wanna Be Your Lover and all these sort of songs, Why Are You Gonna Treat Me So Bad, has a song called Bambi on it, which is basically about Prince despairing on this woman that he's fantasizing on, learning that she's in fact a lesbian. That, you know, don't you know it's better with a man, I think is the chorus, and it's this kind of heavy metal thrasher with an incredible riff and solo, kind of like a Beat It type architecture there. I adore the song. You know, that's when we really started working together. I wanted the song on the advert, but fucking copyright, fucking Facebook, man. It deprives so many battle rap fans of a little slice of culture there. Like, I really hate that happen. Like,
yeah, no, it was really nice. It's a shame because it was all kind of timed up to the track, and then just wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. But yeah, one of those.
Yeah. But I mean, you as a fan then, like, how did it begin?
I think kind of similar to a lot of what I hear from people. I was like a child of the kind of Mark Grist Blizzard era. Like I think that was my first introduction to battle rap, and then I kind of went on a weird tangent to King of the Dot, where I started enjoying a lot of kind of Kid Twist battles, and then I thought in my head Mark Grist Blizzard might have just been a one-off. I think because of its title, I didn't really kind of follow it through to Don't Flop, so I went over to King of the Dot, and then I was like, oh wait, we do, like, Don't Flop is bigger than I thought, and then obviously just kind of fell into that hole of watching battles. So yeah, that's me really.
And the affiliation with Don't Flop, then obviously we did a little bit of design stuff, like Checkpoint 4 I think you're involved in.
Yeah, the whole DF thing was funny in a way. I kind of I watched a couple of DF videos. I think it was for maybe fifth birthday weekend, and I was looking at the branding, and I just thought I'd have a go at
that purple, those balloons.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was six. Then it was the orange and blue.
Oh yeah, that was sick. Yeah, slightly more anonymous, still kind of stylized. But
yeah, that wasn't me. But I saw that and I thought maybe I would have a go and see if I could do anything. Sent some stuff over to. In fact, no, I did the worst thing imaginable. I posted on the Facebook forum this one when I was a bit younger. Just I don't know, young me, just thinking I'd had a bit of a go at the design, and kind of presenting mine, and then I think it sparked a bit of a post, and off the back of that, started chatting to Bagnall, and yeah, just started doing a bit of kind of design stuff that way, a bit of video work, and then I've kind of slowed down a bit recently just because of work commitments, but yeah, I've been doing kind of bits and bobs here and there, and then I think the nil branding is probably my favourite thing I've ever done. The first and second.
Shit.
Yeah,
love that stuff.
Not bad.
yeah. The video stuff as well, like the city skyline, like great stuff.
I think that might be more Ryan, to be honest, Ryan Morgan. But all the whole kind of
the typography,
all the logos, and the flyers. It was a bit mad seeing Beanie wearing a T-shirt that I designed on stage. That was that was a very surreal moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as with Beanie, I've said this before on the podcast. I don't want to be a broken record, but we actually sent him this Battle Rap Resume shirt to wear, and he was supposed to be playing Good Morning America, and he was going to wear it. And I think it came like a day late or something. So,
no way.
You know, but no, shout out being an incredibly generous fan, and you know, awesome dude. So, speaking of awesome guys, Harry Baker. You came to me and you wanted to do Harry, and like, you know, the top 5 series, as I say, we've done quite a lot of these. They're always fun to go through, and Harry's an obvious target for many reasons, but why did you pick him? What endears him especially to you?
I think it was the very first time I saw him was him versus Soweto, and for me he was just kind of, I don't know, he was just so different to everyone else. His style was just I don't know, so unique. And then from that, I kind of realised that he was doing poetry. I kind of fell into that and just started listening to him. And then, as well as that, it's all his kind of, all his TED Talks, all the kind of little songs that he does on the sides. Just, I don't know, there's just something so, he just makes it look so effortless. I don't know whether that's his style or what, but he's just, he just stands out to me. I think that's it. Just stands apart from everyone else.
And, you know, a monumental figure in terms of my own perceptions, as I teased earlier. So I was in Liverpool at the time. I was getting into battle rap from the summer of 2012. I think I was aware in the periphery of Harry. I was slowly getting into just performing like little poems myself and whatever like that. Like, that was kind of a big phase. And I remember there was this gig on at the Anglican Cathedral in Liverpool, and Harry was there, and I saw like a poster when I was there, and it was like, from Don't Flop, and, you know, rapper, and I was like, okay, whatever. And it was like with some LIPA graduates, A.D. Suleiman. I don't know if you're aware of him. He's kind of a pop guy on the rise. Seems to have been on the rise for the last 6 years. One of those guys, you know what I mean? Like, the SoundCloud exclusive single or whatever. But no, shout out AD. I mean, it's a cool sort of music he's doing there. But Harry was there. He did lots of his trademark pieces, and, you know, Scientist and the Bumblebee, etc., and the numbers. And I was pretty captivated by his style. And I remember returning home dramatically in the rain to like my student squalor from the gig, and like writing a poem like there and then. It just flowed out of me. I was so inspired from seeing.
Have
Harry.
You still got it?
Yeah, it was I Want You to Be My Ex. I don't know if people have seen that. There's a few videos of me doing it early on, and it literally just was this odd bit of like Mary Shelley inspiration in one night. Like, I just sort of conjured. It was a bit of a Frankenstein, but yeah, Harry's responsible.
Even the title sounds very Harry-esque.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, Harry definitely has that that spoken word delivery that's inescapable. You know, even more so than an accent or a nationality. It really kind of defines your style to a certain extent. So I was following him from there. I remember the Stowaway battle, really like eagerly awaiting that. I think that was like a year break or something between the Soweto battle. And he's had gaps, he's had stops and starts, and he seems to be slightly out of that fertile period at the moment, more with Chris, etc. But he's still left a banquet behind. So, today, you know, myself and George have got together and decided our top 5s individually. Obviously, there are going to be some crossovers, such as the first battle we're going to get to, but we'll just both mention that or whatever. And, you know, these have been put, at least for myself, in a kind of arbitrary order. I kind of rank these rounds very highly. You know, I could have picked another 5, of course. You know, these are fucking incredible battle rappers that have done battles and battles of great material. So, you know, whatever you pick, you are missing out some stuff. But we've got a nice range here. We've got a nice kind of thematic depth as well. And, you know, I'm excited to get to these. So the first round that we're going to talk about, George, is a round that I actually saw live. This is at 6th birthday. Yeah, I was there. I think this was the second battle of the day. Sixth birthday was a very pockmarked event in terms of battler attendances. I remember they had like shallow crowds, and they actually said like, if you've bought a ticket, you can bring someone for free. And my friend Danny, who was coming to see us in Manchester anyway, we took my friend Jacob, who'd never been to a battle rap event before or since, and he got to see this. And I think this was maybe the first or second battle or something like that. But this came on. I remember being, surprised that two battlers of such quality were going at it. I'd never seen Harry before.
Time to kill the overplayed scheme. Ready? Steady? Let's get cooking when Harry OTT like Ainsley, cause this round I'm going on an insane spree. Have you losing daily like Vernon KB letting Tesco with his dog in the background. Black and yellow, black and yellow. No it's for he just back in Netto, back in Netto. Black dog, yellow background, Netto. Google a midget. In battles come up short more than if you Google a midget. Is this a supermarket battle rapper? Yeah. He'll fucking shag your wife and then offer you a bag for life.
Yeah, I mean, this second round is, like a lot of these rounds, it's kind of a flex round. It definitely has a spoken word influence, doesn't it? It can almost be a poem in of itself. Kind of a thematic round here, the kind of entire supermarket idea.
Yes, yeah. I've kind of made notes. It's sort of almost kind of along the lines of a concept round in that it is kind of focused on something so heavily and kind of carries it through so well. So yeah, definitely I agree. Yeah.
And I mean, a very, very funny round from him. I think, very acclimatized to this environment. An incredible flip, early on, the teeth flip, having a mare.
I was a bit unsure about that flip because it it sort of leads so. For anyone that doesn't know the flip, I think it's something like having a mare and it's clear that you're balding.
That's right.
But then it just flows so effortlessly into his kind of round that, like in my head, it could have been a bit of a pre-med. I don't know, possibly. What do you think?
I think Harry is that kind of sculptor, that artisan, that professional that can mould, and adapt and maybe feel something written, getting that freestyle sheen to it. But it works well. And he finds material out other battlers would struggle. Netto is mentioned.
Yes.
Kind of Alan Hansen shops here is a plaque that's in the Morrisons, and just kind of the German supermarkets as well. Like Bold So Hard Motherfuckers Trying to Find You was a very sort of 2014 reference that maybe hasn't aged that well, but still pretty explosive. Vintage Harry.
I think it's kind of as well. Just playing on the supermarkets, his whole sort of weight rows and his weight rows. He's just got kind of bars like that for days, like shag your wife, bag for life.
Bag for life, yeah.
Just again, like just so simple, and like effortless, but so kind of poignant at the same time. Like too little, too late. It's hilarious. It is really. There's not kind of one. He doesn't leave a stone unturned, really, with that kind of stuff. Yeah.
No, it's very impressive, and he definitely has that kind of poet's eye for that scansion. Yeah. And only red lines register the barcode, and Google image it, Google a midget, which is just, those bakerisms. He just finds wordplay where others couldn't.
Yeah, I think with those sort of, like, we'll go into it a little bit later, but he just has this knack for, kind of similar to Soul in a way. He'll just take somebody's catchphrase and he just flips it so well, and I think he does it like there's not a battle on my list where he doesn't kind of do it in. He's just he's very good at kind of taking people's catchphrases and using them against them big time.
So we both tied on this fifth round, this fifth battle for our fifth pick. But my fourth pick then, again, like you were saying, one where Baker apes his opponent ably. The Spit It Darker sections here in the pamphlet battle. This is the second round.
I am spitting it darker than whatever's embedded in Venom whenever it's clinging to Parker. Now I'm spitting it darker than that Mighty Boost scene with the bit in the Parker. Look deep into the Parker. I'll be honest, I've got a few more, so you may as well join in. I am spitting it darker than whatever burns in the pit of the heart of Anakin's he turns to a Sith in the lava. I am spitting it darker than that final thought before the trigger and blast of singer guitarist in Nirvana. I am spitting it darker.
Yes, yeah, big time. Again, like possibly another sort of. You could almost call it a kind of concept round, the way he sort of focuses on this one thing. And I don't know, like he starts with this sort of abstract beginning where he just kind of starts listing things that he's been doing since the battle's been confirmed. And you really can't tell where it's going until he hits that punch of I'm spitting it darker. And I just think he's so good at kind of leading people down these little paths and then just hitting them with that punch. And it just all comes together so well. Like some of his multis in that whole spitting it darker are incredible. Like Forgiven by Nala, Venom clinging to Parker, Shadow of Bowski sitting with starters, I think is what
Donald Trump must envision Obama.
Yes, Rowan likes that one. Yeah. You can see
black holes and tadpoles, all these throwaways that I'd written for Carter.
Yeah. It's again just kind of effortless. And then he kind of, once he's done all that, like that would be enough to kind of close the round. But then he goes on this sort of bizarre, again quite abstract but simple. What is it? This won't end well for you, like eating crisps in the bath.
Yes.
Just like it's so kind of abstract, but everyone just gets it. Like,
back down to earth. Yeah,
and you're just given this, just this image of eating crisps in the bath, which is a bizarre way to end. He ends his rounds quite bizarrely and quite awkwardly sometimes, but it's just a brilliant end.
Yeah, Kruger in the comments, interestingly. Never really seen this in a battle before. Kruger7 here, so we know it's him. That's the blue check of authorization. You know it's Kruger7. Watch this battle from start to finish, he says. Thank you. Yours truly, Freddie Scott Miller.
Yeah.
So shout out Kruger in the comments there. Harry again with the flip at the start. Because Pamphlet had that wonderful Dali-esque quote there, the sort of, the cloud like teeth hugging and making it rain. And we get some food multis, spitting it darker, one of the 50 cigars, as you say. And, Harry rose to this, but I do love Pamphlet's material in this battle.
Yeah, like, he's incredible.
Yeah, I think this is one of the great late era Pammies. Like,
yeah. I don't know if this battle was judged. I'm guessing it wasn't, but it was. It would definitely be close. Especially, I think it's Pamphlet's first or second where he's doing his random Pamphlet multi-generator, and it's he's so great.
Yeah,
really well done.
Yeah. So my fourth pick is the first versus Big J.
You wouldn't shit on a shark. If you sit on a shark, you would split it apart and get a rib in your arse. You see, when Osh lost to the champ, it came down to philosophical differences. You ain't bars over jokes or jokes over bars. You just shit and don't know what the difference is. Who was that bust the day Big J became too old for pick and mix? And if being fat and white is gangster blood, you ain't as gangster as Wizard is.
I do remember this battle coming out. I remember being so excited from this battle. Again, Baker showing out on the Sunburn imprint. Made sense for him to be here. If you talk about great Harry Baker battles, the Big J battle just comes up, doesn't it?
Big time, yeah. I think maybe he was sort of still on the come up on this battle. He hadn't faced O'Shea or obviously Clips by that point, so he was still kind of, I'd say, relatively unknown. But to people that really kind of liked him and knew his background, it was a big battle for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely was. And it was just cool because Big J had sort of battled everyone at this point, so it kind of made sense, but it was still a step up for Harry, and we can see subsequently it's not that he wasn't, he battled Big J in his first battle he battled Double L in his first battle, for God's sake, and, it was kind of in front of just a classic, Don't Flop was so successful, let's take it to the fringe, and they did it, fair enough, and there were battles, I'm not having to go to the battlers or anything, but it's just, the crowd were kind of, there was a lot of people there, to be fair, and, respect to Harry for performing out there. We aren't really even mentioning any rounds from that battle today, I'll talk about the battle ever again, but yeah, go check out the tryout there. Check out the Harry Baker Battle at Resume episodes. I think we spoke about it on the Double L episode. We must have done as well. But let's get into the Big J clash then. And as I say, I'm pointing out the first round here. And Harry, I just think got better and better really as it goes on. The soggy biscuit stuff, for example, just the delivery, the terseness, the imagery, the inference. It works really well.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like that plus. I love his sort of I've got that biscuit line written down too, and then his arse has an East Coast code and a West one too. It's kind of grime-esque that kind of that bar. He's brilliant in this first, and I think he really sort of he starts off by addressing the fact that people are not too sure who he is in the crowd. And it takes him a little while to warm up, and I think from that line where he says that Big J's obsessed with Toucan, that's the moment where he gets people on his side, and
Yeah, the Toucan Peregrines are mentioned as well in all that stuff. He admits his last battle was a bit shit against Stowaway. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe is mentioned. Chicken or the Egg, I know you've had both today. 90% fat jokes. You're 90% fat, though, which obviously gets repeated in the Crafty tryout against Ambi. Harry Baker jumps in for that. And that was there's a little bit of Mastermind trivia for a future episode. but yeah, I just had to pick this round, and because I had to pick this battle really, and I was really impressed with Harry. Again, his body language is slightly closed, and people react to him on a certain different wavelength for sure, especially casting into stark light amidst Big J. But just really impressed by Harry's material here, and he just has a sort of this subtle savagery to his insults that I really like.
It's very subtle, isn't it? It's cutting. But,
it is. It is very cutting and very arch, and sort of breaks you down, to visible molecules. But next round, third pick is a battle that we both picked. This is the first round versus Clips.
I want to jump on it early. No one asked for this matchup. It was just something the Earth sees. Someone's punching more than Uma 6 feet under the Earth seems to tell me, Clips, what the fuck have you done to deserve me? Smashing it. Me and most props on like 3,000 views. Had to practically beg me to take this step down for you. He said,
"Yes, like such a big kind of
huge round.
Huge round.
A travesty hasn't been edited properly, right?
Obviously.
I mean, travesty is a strong word, but
in an ideal world it would have. But the sounds there, and totally agree.
Yeah,
in that sense, it could do with a kind of re-edit in a way.
For people not really aware, I haven't watched the battle in a while, it's basically the pay-per-view cut, and there are some battles from the event, such as Soul versus Shocks and Scoop versus DNA, maybe another one as well. But there's a few...
versus Press, I think, is the one that suffered.
That is an insult really to upload it like that, to be honest with you, and it was a great battle. It was a really good event, actually. Were you at the event?
No, I wasn't. No, I think I might have moved up north by that point, but just when I was being told the lineup for it to create the branding, it was just I couldn't see it coming. Yes. It was big. In fact, I think this battle I might have first heard about it on your podcast, where I think maybe it overran a little bit. Does that sound familiar?
Shit,
I think you might have inadvertently leaked the checkpoint lineup.
Actually, I think you're right. I think that was on a Callum episode. I remember at work he sort of friendly messaged me. I was at the event, and I did catch up with Harry Baker and Clips, and I'll include the clips.
It's one of them battles that come down to preference, man. Like Harry Baker, I love Harry, man.
Yeah. I mean, what's your favorite Harry Baker poem?
The love of prime numbers.
Yeah, good choice.
You see, yeah.
Good choice.
I fuck with Harry, man. That's my boy, yeah.
And Clips, we all love you over here. How much do you love Don't Flop?
Man, I love it. I love Don't Flop. I just don't love it's got his hair done, and then he changed. When his hair was short, he was cool. Now that his hair is longer, he think he got some type of powers like Jesus, and he's just running around. So I don't know. Yeah. But that's my man. I love Don't Flop, man. That's why I'm always over here. Even when I say I'm not doing it no more, still finds a way to get me over here. So I appreciate it, and I'll be back again, of course. We're gonna do something crazy, something bigger, and we're gonna make it happen. But I love it over here, man. I love it.
And talking of change, Clips, I hope you don't mind me saying, you're looking good, man.
I usually have a tank top on that's naturally me. I use a tank top as a waist trainer. I'm joking. I don't do that. But
doesn't matter.
But I appreciate it. No, just eating right, eating better. Was a vegan for 7 months, and now I'm a pescatarian. I only eat fish, wrappers, and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? So
he's wiling out.
Yeah, that's it. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Clips. It's Tom here, Battle Rap Resume. I'm here with Harry Baker, the voice of a generation and the voice of Deliveroo. Harry, Clips is one of the biggest battlers in the world. How are you prepping for this?
I'm so excited. I really am. I wonder how he's prepping for it. It's probably a very similar process. You know, putting a lot of time aside, researching your opponent, thinking about their flaws, writing things that are incredibly relevant to who you're going to be up against. So I'm excited to see the care and precision that he brings.
Yeah, certainly. And I mean, in terms of like going towards a battler like Clips, he's been on the world's biggest stages. He's been on Wilder now. You know, we're a far cry from Soweto Kinch and the Fiddlers, for example. Shout out to Soweto. I mean, like, you know, writing-wise, is your approach different? Are you going in a more punchline? But what is the basis?
Yeah, partly. These days I try and write things that everyone in the crowd can get behind. So I don't want to reference an obscure battle from whatever. I mean, there's so, like, watching every battle I watch of his, I think, I could write about 5 rounds on this, which is great fun. But I've kind of tried to distill it to the most accessible things, and also because someone's done that many battles, there's a lot of things that have been said before that I think even he's a bit bored of by now. So I'm trying to come up with some quite original things. I feel like this is the most Harry Bakery that I'm going to be. Like, I've fully just done stuff that I enjoy. And I think when that comes across, it's more enjoyable for the crowd as well. So I've not switched up to become more URL style to try and fit it. It's just me being me. But.
And I mean, a strong arsenal in Clips' thing is the whole idea of freestyle. You yourself has been branching out to that successfully. Tony D battle was insane, by the way, I have to say. You know, great stuff there. Are you going to be doing a lot of flips here? What's the, you know?
I'm as comfortable with my material as I've ever been. Like, I know it enough that I can be thinking of rebuttals in his rounds. So we'll see how it goes. If I don't do any, then clearly I won't have thought of any. But yeah, no, I'm up for it because I know he's going to bring that. And we'll kind of see what happens.
This is Battle Rap Resume, Charlie Clips, Harry. Let's go.
Especially the Clips interview where I asked him his favourite Harry Baker poem, and
he
gave a great answer. Yeah, I think it was I think it was Paper
yeah.
People that he was down with, and this was a ginormous battle. So fucking cool that it went down in such a don't flop type matchup, and but not undeserving. Absolutely not. Like, it makes sense for Harry just as much as anyone else to battle Clips on that card. And I mean, just Harry really swags on him in the first here, but isn't scared to dip into Harryisms. You know, Quill's bar gets remixed, and 9 in the Pokedex is Blastoise.
Yeah, I mean, like, one of the things I love about Harry is that he just doesn't change his style for anyone. Like, he's facing Charlie Clips, big kind of URL king of the top battler, and he's still coming with his Pokemon bars and making it work as well. And I think one of my favourite things about this battle is Clips' reaction to Harry. I think he turns at one point to the camera and says, "I didn't realise it was this funny." And it's brilliant. He just doesn't change. He doesn't give a shit. It's brilliant.
Yeah, the atmosphere is incredible, absolutely. And
I
think. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, go on. I just love he just clowns on Clips throughout it and just totally kind of breaks down Clips's. I don't know. Clips is known for his kind of forced wordplay and
the repeating things, and
yes, that's it. Yeah, and the kind of actually. Nat Charlie.
Yeah.
It's like I've never
That's
seen
the word plating. Yeah.
And the forced and weird bar.
Yeah, the Stan weird. Yeah.
It's just
BAK in the ER and all that stuff. I mean, and you've actually got this one. I actually got this first for me.
Right. Sorry, I'm skipping it.
but I mean, we both match on it, and just for the resonance of Harry's performance, the confidence, can we both agree gun bars are totally stupid?
Yes,
is one of his opening parlays there. Ring with Clips and. Just, I mean, the crowd are hyped in this one, and I've just never seen a Don't Flop crowd so receptive, I suppose, Harry. This is why I picked it. And throughout the battle, there's so many good rounds in this battle. And Clips, it was booked for a shorter time, but we didn't get a sort of diet Clips here. And, Clips did clearly respect him, as you say.
Totally, yeah. And I love, Clips is fantastic in his battle. He's really kind of, I love him cutting off his rounds short. He sort of breaks that fourth wall a lot. Kind of cutting his end short by saying right, I'm done, 90 seconds, that's all you paid me for, but just doing it in a really kind of confident, good way. He's brilliant in this battle, and like you said, you can tell that he hasn't just come with generic gun bars. He's really kind of studied Harry. He knows what he's doing.
And not to be a cheater here, but for my third round pick, myself, I have gone for Quill. The entire round against Quill, the video game battle.
Yep.
Again, kind of, thematically linked. My age group is ideal for, you know what I mean? It pushes every single, even the PlayStation 2 intro that Kruger managed, kind of took my breath away, low-key.
Yeah, big time. I think that's what kind of, that's what I love about Don't Flop and that kind of era. Just they're not afraid to kind of whack together one of those edits. It really makes the battle.
I think it took Kruger ages, though. I think it took like 6 months. I mean, that's no slack on Kruger, because I know how hard it would be and whatever other commitments, but I think it did take a good while to come out, if I remember correctly.
But of course, it's always going to take a bit of time.
She's a keeper, so try and keep her that way. Crackle, slide in and take her out like FIFA 98. We've both got a missus. But what is defined as quality time is proper different. Some nights I coach with my girl, get the cod and chips in. He just watches his girl playing cod and chips in.
I remember seeing this battle on, I think it came out on Ruin Your Day as well, actually. And was reviewed by, I think it might have been Cali Smooth.
Okay.
Who started off just, I think it's, they've got their wheel.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Cali Smooth. Yeah, it was uploaded about a couple of weeks ago. That's cool. I didn't know that.
No, it's really good. It's a really funny watch because Cali Smooth just doesn't get it within the first 5 minutes. He's just staring at it like, what is there? What's going on? But by the end, he's just like, he's deep into it and loving it. It's it's a really good Ruin Your Day. I'm not sure if they do. I imagine they watch the Kruger edit for that. I don't know if the other version if there is a kind of non-Kruger edit version of that, but
no, I don't think there is. No.
I don't know.
I mean, that would be hipster's choice, but it's so necessary. Even if some of them, it's so obvious, whatever. But it's just fucking cool to see alongside it, and it goes absolutely so fucking well. Yeah, so I mean, we've sort of gone through this battle before in other episodes. It's kind of an obvious pick there, but I think just as an exhibition, if every Don't Flop battler had a go at this and wrote a video game bars round, I think Harry's would still be one of the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Kruger could drop a crazy one though, Loki. Kruger would astonish people.
Yeah, big time. I think Quill's rounds as well.
Oh god, yeah,
incredible. I think it was sort of not that you can really judge a battle like this, but it was it's very close. It's good. It's, some of Harry's references are just so niche. They're brilliant. Like I love the Grand in the Bank Rosebud.
Yes, shout out my Maxis homies.
Just incredible references and
So pushing forward then, I'm really glad you picked this battle. I didn't pick it myself, but it is one of the early great Harry performances. His third round against Soweto Kinch.
Me and Soweto met before. You may not remember me, but in year 8 you came and played at my school assembly. So with rap, you ain't bad. With jazz, you ain't bad. That was possibly the best lesson of school I ever had, so thanks. But you ain't down with the kids, you can still inspire them. Now I'm up and coming, you're coming up to retirement. Me, I'm almost 21. You ain't fooling anyone. I bet you go to wine circles and get a semi on.
Yeah, I think I picked this one just off kind of nostalgic reasons, really. It was the first time I saw him live, and I think at the time
you were there.
Nice. It was brilliant. In particular, it's the whole kind of set scheme that he does at the end. It's kind of similar to what I was saying earlier about the pamphlet. He talks, like, he keeps repeating the word set, and I don't know, probably me being naive, I didn't see the set the standards bar coming up the end, but it's brilliant. His whole kind of set up I can't even repeat, set up this upset to upset and settle up. It's brilliant. It's so simple and effortless, like his you've come so far setty. It's brilliant. And I mean, he starts the round fantastically as well by saying that he's met Soweto Kinch before. He came and played at his school assembly, which I think think that might be true.
I'm sure that is true.
I think, yeah. Well, you see Soweto's reaction to it, and you can tell
he's played hundreds of those things. Are you kidding me? Like...
it's
I
think it's nostalgic reasons, and then like I was watching that battle back this morning, and maybe it hasn't aged as well as I perhaps thought, that whole kind of set thing. But at the time, I was just
it is a great round. The set stuff reminded me a little bit of Tony's con scheme, which in my eyes cost him the battle against O'Shea. I know everyone says Tony won, but I've still got O'Shea taking it. But no, this is a good round. It's a great battle. Home of the greatest tooth bar ever said, I would say, from Soweto. He says many in this battle, and I think he actually offends Harry at certain points. There's something he said about like schoolboys getting their asses fucked against like new tiles or so. I can't remember exactly what he says, but you can see Harry sort of protest physically. But yeah, those Nashers could mow paddocks is the line I'm talking about.
Plaque on the wall. It's brilliant.
I love Soweto. As a musician, as a guy, as a guest on the show. I actually tweeted the other day that he hadn't battled in, I think, 2 years or so since the Heretic battle, essentially, at the time I was recording this. And Danny Jack hopped on that. And, hopefully, we'll see. So I said he was down to battle as well. Whatever. Someone hadn't asked, whatever. But yeah, hopefully we'll see another sort of battle here. I love his stuff. I mean, Harry focuses on jazz as well. Gig finish. Then a pause, then applause.
That's brilliant. Yeah. I think Soweto ends up taking this battle.
I think so.
Which, like, totally understandable. And I think that might come down to kind of Harry's maybe confidence and delivery. Like, he spends a lot of the time looking down at the floor, up at the sky. But it's natural. I think it was only his third battle by that point. I'm not sure, but
was that his second battle?
Okay,
maybe second, But it seemed like a good event, though. I mean, most Prob versus Ognios went down.
Oh, did it? That's one of my all-time favourites. Was that day? Yes,
Verse Tracker seems to think so. Was it not?
Right. No. Yeah, no. I've been to Fiddlers a few times. They all merge into one. But yeah, that was definitely. I think that battle's got my favourite. Like Mo Sislak is. Yeah, that's one of those ones that.
Duff bars, Duff lines on tap.
Yes. Yeah. It's it's brilliant.
So pushing forward then to my second favourite Harry Baker round is the third round against Matter.
You were conceived in Alcatraz as the love child of the Birdman and Al Capone. See, I was going to leave this owl alone, but this is where it gets big for you. I hear he likes to chat up birds on Twitter. Matter likes to tweet to woo. He boasts a country house with scenic views, occupies the cleanest roofs, offers them a place to stay if they wanted to sleep with you, if only they could see the truth. You ain't got barns like that.
I mean, lots of Al jokes, but Harry can sort of twist that. This is where it gets big for you. Yeah, you ain't got barns like that. Just lots of funny lines.
That irritable Al syndrome.
Irritable Al syndrome, just lots of witty stuff. Forays into the surreal at times as well, and dark science is infinitely dense. Particles, party calls, just having fun with words as he always does.
That's when he's in his elements. Those kind of puns, like
and responding to Matter's, Corbyn admission at the end and the hug, and it's nice.
Yeah. It's got a really. Kind of nice. You shouldn't say a battle rap has a nice ending.
It does.
It does. It's again another very kind of awkward Harry Baker ending that you kind of come to expect, but it works, and he's definitely in his element in this third round.
Yeah, and I think again a further solidification of who he was as a battler. I don't think he battled for a little while at this point, and facing Matter was a really good opportunity for him. The Matter battle, coming towards the end of 2015 and then going through into international clashes against Dundee, battling Shufflo, etc. To Clips and beyond. Harry has defined and redefined himself. But I just wanted to give the Matter as an example of a more mature performance from Harry. I think he's very commanding actually on the stage and quite effortless, and just leaps from topic to topic with ease and covers a lot of things in his rounds, and it gives you a lot of bang for your buck. So I do.
He starts off by giving. Does he give her a present at the beginning?
That's right.
and he kind of awkwardly holds it throughout the throughout the whole battle. Yeah, I don't remember much of Matter's stuff in this battle.
No.
I think maybe edit this bit out.
Well, no, I don't really either, like, you know. But shout out Matt.
I'm sure it was great.
Yeah, I'm sure Matt was incredible. So my first, I said, is versus Clips. So your first then is the second versus Big J. Is that right?
Yeah, I think with both these kind of Big J and Clips round, it was so difficult to pick any of them. I obviously didn't want to kind of double up on some. I would have had more from Clips and more from Big J in here as well. But yeah, it was his second against Big J.
Who's thinking, who is he? It's not particularly fussed with audience participation this week. Alright, who doesn't not think Big J is not the worst battler in this league? See, what this goes to show is those that think your flow is don't know go to shows, but they do them as to operate at quick speeds. You got that, so slow it that you don't need to slow it down. Big J don't come with intelligent bars, original top tier predator bars. You're just funny to look at when they need to make the bill bigger. Big J repping them pelican bars. That's why you're obsessed with toucan.
Where he's again kind of just starts with a flip where he's what is it? The closest you've come to fruit is coconut in your korma. How are you going to zip up this body when you can't zip up that body warmer?
Yeah.
Just to be able to think of that and just
yeah. He's
on
vibing out on there as well. He's killer on that stage.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, it's just incredible. He starts off the battle by comparing him to O'Shea. Wouldn't think about bringing fruit to a battle.
Yeah.
If you were to sit on a shark, you'd split it apart. Just
the
brilliant
lift weight sequence as well.
Yeah. I think that's kind of quite similar to some of his O'Shea bars, like the Waitrose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what he's best at, really. Just kind of picking out those very simple wordplay, but very effective. I love his you ain't bars over jokes or jokes over bars, you're just shit and don't know what the difference is.
Yeah.
It really, I love Big J, but that really kind of breaks him.
That does nail him. You hear her laugh actually at that line.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, the kind of lift weight, and then his whole sort of, you've gone from living in London and battling here to exactly the same in a matter of years is it's brilliant. In my mind, it's a bit of a body, this battle. Maybe Big J gets the first potentially just for his ridiculousness, but I don't know. I think Big J kind of underestimated him in this battle. It's there's so, like, throughout this whole battle, there's so many bars, like look like one of the balls in Total Wipeout. He's just very creative with his sort of, like, Big J's obviously had fat jokes thrown at him.
Yeah.
His whole battling career, but he's nothing really like this, I'd say.
So just to recap then, our choices, myself, I went with number 5 was the second versus O'Shea, number 4 was the first versus Big J, number 3 was a Quill one-rounder, and the third versus Matter, and the first was the first versus Clips. Yourself, George, went for the second versus O'Shea's 5th, second versus Pamphlet as 4th, first versus Clips as 3rd, third versus Soweto Kinch as 2nd, and the second versus Big J. But there's so many battles and rounds that we haven't touched upon. Even some of the Tony stuff towards the end. I love that form Harry was in.
His freestyle.
The freestyle, yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. The Nutella, do not tell her comes to mind. It's brilliant, that battle. I love that one. I love kind of another one is his grime round against Og. His emoji scheme. I like the first time it went down in Liverpool when the audio was fucked. Like, it's gutting because it's so, like, if you can kind of make it through it, some, like, his bars are incredible. That whole kind of emoji scheme is, again, another one of those that will just kind of keep going around my head every now and again. And the whole sort of want to be like Pedro verse is incredible too.
I appreciated him with Crafty. I felt that he shone a little stronger than Kraft in the one rounder against Shufflo. And I like how they went at Shufflo. Like, some of the things they do to Shuffle in particular are quite cruel.
Yeah. I remember. I think it might have been.
They're quite psychological. Like they've been defrauding him.
I think Shuffle was quite. I think he was actually. Yeah, he was annoyed by that. I think, which is kind of the. I don't know if you really.
I mean,
break
that
it
is the
down,
goal, I
he's
guess.
got to it.
But
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
But they spend a lot of the early round decrying him being an atheist. But it's like, well, your morals are questionable here. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that's yeah, it was a bit of a strange. I did expect more from that kind of battle.
Yeah, it was kind of the environment, wasn't it? If it was kind of on a 6th birthday stage, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. But like, yeah, they're all brilliant in it. But there's just something. Sometimes you get those battles where there's just kind of something missing, and you can't put your finger on it. And I feel like it might be one of those.
And Harry's travelled a lot. Battled Dundee.
Battled
LXD. You know.
Yeah, I watched that Lex battle the other day. Another one where he gives a present at the start. I don't know if that's
it's in like a store, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah. No, that was brilliant. Just his Canada bars are brilliant in that.
He's one of those guys that will translate well, I think, wherever he performs, unless it's like on Flip Top, like.
Yeah, I do prefer. I prefer him on a kind of smaller sort of pit environment, like his battle against Soul Jitsu, that kind of intimate kind of
tryout.
Yeah.
I think it's like How to Not Be a Tryout, isn't that?
I think that might have been Heretic.
Oh, you're right. Excuse me. Sorry.
I think it was. I think it was a Christmas.
Yes, that's right. Sorry, the Soul Jitsu one.
But again, like I was saying, like I just prefer him in that kind of smaller environment. Like he's great on big stages too, and you can tell he's got confidence. But I prefer him on those sort of smaller pits. Definitely.
All right, well, let us know down below what your top 5 Harry Baker rounds are. Check out the old episodes we've had Harry on. We'll have to get him on again. I mean, we haven't really even touched on his music. I haven't listened to too much of it, but very successful with Chris, isn't he?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, went on tour and everything, and
been on national TV. Like,
it's fine. It sounds really ignorant, but I've got friends who kind of know him as sort of Harry Baker, the poet, the musician, who aren't aware of him as a battle rapper. I know that sounds crazy to say, but
I'm astonished to hear that.
I know, exactly. But he's he just he kind of transcends that gap to mainstream that I think a lot.
And I mean, it's in a nice way, but he's very inoffensive.
Yeah, big time. Like
very accessible, you know.
Very accessible. Yeah, his falafel poem. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, brilliant. And even kind of little things. He's like, I found this random clip where it was like a cover of a One Direction song, but it was about Monopoly. Just funny little things like that he does so well. And then like his TED Talks are brilliant too. It's just a very very talented man.
He is supremely talented. Yeah, absolutely.
I started chatting to him a while ago, just on Facebook in that kind of anyway, and we started playing Words with Friends together, which is this is the geekiest story you might have ever had.
Oh, I love this.
And I used to think I was all right at it until I played Harry Baker, and I think we went 10 games, and I don't think I won a single one.
Was he just throwing out some crazy combinations?
Yeah. It was all a bit mad. I might have deleted it after that, but.
Well, this has been great, man. I guess finally, is there any way, any of your work people you'd like to promo or?
I don't know. You can find me on Instagram, Hobbs. I sometimes put up kind of little 3D stuff I do there. If just on Facebook as well, just hit me up. I'll do my best to get back to you. But
if you want to get design work done, like I said, the stuff we did for Battle Rap Resume in the park didn't get to see the light of day, but was awesome. So get in touch with George if you need. If you're a fledgling league out of North Carolina and you want a good flyer, hit up my guy George. Like
that's my level. No, go for it. I'm always interested. I'll always have a chat with people about that kind of stuff.
Well, thank you, man. This has been great to go through, and definitely everyone go and check out the Harry rounds. We spoke about the Harry battles. Just check out Harry Baker in general, his music, where he's touring, whatever. This guy's a bit of a phenomenon. Clearly, we're giant fans, and I'm sure you are as well. So, shout out to Harry, and follow us at battlerapresume, battlerapresume@gmail.com if you enjoy this show and, you want to give back. Patreon is there if you want to help support the show. That'd be greatly appreciated, and you get access to episodes like this and everything else straight on your phone to download. We've got loads of cool stuff coming up in the future, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, check out all the Harry Baker battles, and George, thanks again, man.
No, thank you. I just wanted to say as well, Tom, like, thank you so much for like this. This show has just got me through some long journeys. And,
it's all good, man.
Yeah, I always look forward to an episode. So no, thanks for finally having me on.
Thank you for coming on, man. Appreciate it again. And yeah, guys, go check out some Harry Baker poetry. Just filter through. There's going to be so much good stuff there that you'll enjoy if you haven't seen it before. But yeah, this has been Tom, George. Thanks again, man.
Thanks, man.